we're happy to have Jesse Schell here, and it's a pleasure to talk to you. And you've been in the final panel of the gamification day yesterday.
Yeah.
And what is your opinion? Because in the end, I had the feeling that there was like not just one opinion about the subject. There were very different ideas about what gamification is and what will mean.
Well, and I think they'd set it up as a debate, but it wasn't really a debate. And I think this sort of points to the fact that this is a field that no one really understands. No one quite knows why are we here, where are we going, what are we trying to do, and so it's sort of this sort of nascent situation. And I think the panel yesterday was sort of reflective of that. I think people had some interesting things to say about some opinions about where things might go, but I think the lack of the direction of that panel is indicative of the lack of direction of the whole notion of gamification.
Mm-hmm. I sometimes have the feeling that the marketing people would love to take it over.
Oh, I'm
you
sure.
Share that?
oh no, I see it all the time. It's part of the reason I think people were a little uncomfortable yesterday, is because there is this sort of notion that this is all about cheap tricks to sell people things.
That's right. Yeah. In the context of the Serious Game Summit, where the gamification talks yesterday were a part of, I had the feeling for this year's GDC that the whole serious game thing is becoming very important, especially for research and academia.
Yeah.
Do you share this, and where do you see the perspectives of it?
Yeah, well, I think we've seen a lot of interesting things happen in the last few years. So a few things are happening simultaneously. One is that technology in the past 10 years has exploded into people's lives in a way that I think has exceeded even what people had expected. You know, the fact we all carry digitally connected satellite tracking supercomputers in our pockets all the time with touchscreens is part of it. And then another part of it is you look at the way game consoles have gone down, and then you take on top of that you add Facebook and social. So suddenly, you know, you got the Wii where games are part of the family, and basically everyone has accepted now that gaming fits into your life somehow. So you have all of that sudden infrastructure there that wasn't there before, and now you combine that with the realization of how broken education really is. We have this industrial revolution sort of model of education, which is all about standardization and all about, you know, kind of making everybody the same, while we have a culture that is all about customization and about being the best at one specific thing. And if you look at the people who succeed out in the world, they're the people who got best at one specific thing, and our education system is against that. And I think people recognize that games have the power to be a part of the necessary education revolution that's coming. And so it's those things coming together that people are, I think that's why there's so much excitement, because it's now possible to do this and necessary to do this.
We look at Jane McGonigal, she says they will change the world. Do you agree?
I think they will. I don't know if they'll change the world quite in the picture she paints. But I mean, without a doubt, I mean, would the revolution in Egypt have happened without Facebook? Is an interesting question to ask. And I think technologies always change us and change the way that we think and the way we work and the way we do things. And gaming technologies are day by day creeping into our lives more and more and more in many different ways. And it's definitely changing the world. We just don't know how.